can you not be in India? No matter what, even with the political ramifications, I just don't see how it doesn't go higher, but that's my personal opinion. And then we got the CPI, yada, yada, yada. We got the Fed, yada, yada. Wasti, watch this in terms of the report, interest rate FOMC. I will not be around. I'm actually leaving after the open, visiting family for a few days. Let me remind you, for those of you who care, this is the makeup of the FOMC that votes in 2024. Bowman, Hawk, Waller, Hawk, Mester, Hawk, Birkin, Hawk, Daly, Hawk, Powell is neutral to hawkish, Williams, Hawk, Jefferson, Hawk. This is how they vote. I'm just saying. Okay. Now, some of them are Democrats. I understand this construct. But this gets down to maybe, perhaps, they're not political by nature. I don't know. Daly doesn't seem to be, right? Mester doesn't seem to be. I don't know. Maybe they do their job. Bostic is dovish. Cook is dovish. So of this voting members, and I still say I disagree. Each one has one vote, and I do not believe Powell sways anybody. Okay, I'm just saying. It's everyone for themselves, regionalism, stuff like that. You're going to get Logan out of the Dallas Fed totally different than what you're going to get someone out of the Chicago Fed. Anything, even the Philadelphia Fed. I don't care. That's my story, sticking to it. That's my experience. Powell is not Volcker. I'll just say. The Volcker era, the Burns era, back in the good old days when the Fed chair actually was the power, he ain't got no way. That's my story, sticking to it. Come on, haters. Come on, tell me I'm wrong, whatever. But it's just one vote. Now, Powell, he's gone no matter what. Well, statistically, he's gone no matter what. So just do the job. Is that not what we want? Just do their job. Right? Baby Joe, Dave and Buster's, that's gonna be fun. Oracle, okay, so I don't know what you want. I mean, I actually have some Oracle calls on. It worked out really well. Doing the money. This Affirm is really fascinating with the Apple Pay. I kind of like that. Just saying, I kind of like that. They was on last night with CNBC. That's an interesting construct right there. U.S. inflation data unlikely to change Fed's plan. Yeah, what's their plan? Nothing. I still don't see how they're going to cut. They might, but positive, negative, positive. China inflation rate below estimates. U.S. mortgage applications soar. China is hoarding commodities, guys. No good comes from that. Just saying, watch out for commodities, gold, silver, movement. I don't think anything, it's the dot plot as far as I'm concerned. And if it really stays the way it is right now, I don't think we get much of we probably can rally off of that. That's my thought. Okay. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. But the reality still is sustainable growth. Okay. Twins' buzzword phrase, right? It's still sustainable growth, right? And it doesn't matter where you are. Now, as you recall, does anybody recall? Last week, I showed you this. Apple was the most underweight in terms of mutual fund exposure. Guess what's next? Microsoft, NVIDIA, Berkshire. Okay, but Apple by a long shot, underweight. That's what they were taking care of. That's how we made money, swing, da 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 da. Love it, whatever. Okay. Our ambitious plans for a floating aid pier of Gaza. Yeah, that didn't work out in Gaza. Biden's alliance building tested by Trump at home and abroad. Well, yeah, there you go. Guilty verdict. He belongs in jail. I'm just saying. I've said this a long time, right? Now, what's really interesting is, let's say he's on his last days of his presidency, he actually can. Well, I'm not going to say whatever. Pardon your son. You have to hit China with EV tariffs, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so that's not what I wanted to show. There was a new thing in Statistica daily. Here's my daily data. No, that's not my one. That's horrible. See that? Age divide and child labor. Anyways. So, anyways, Dan, I was great interview. Danny boy. The firms, Apple Pay. That's a big deal, guys. I have a new firm. As a disclosure. All right, so Ewan, what's he talking about? He's actually talking about Bitcoin gold and as a value hedge. Okay, and there's merit to it, right? Just saying. Going back to 1900. I don't know. So he thinks that the Fed can cut. Will neutralize policy right back to the natural rate of interest, or O, which is currently around 1%. I don't know how this works, but anyways. More restrictive, I guess, is the Reader's Digest version. Okay. Let's see. So can I say this? From a macroeconomic point of view, it doesn't have anything to do with politics. Okay, right? From a macroeconomic view, this is a Canadian basically saying that with what the Fed has been doing with the tightening as well as the balance sheet, it is restrictive in terms of real rates and stuff like that. This is neutral. This is where we are. We're taking politics out of this, guys, right? From a macroeconomic point of view, okay? But the other side of that coin, and I understand it, but the other side of that coin, and I guess that's more the treasury, whatever. But I mean, the problem is 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2. Okay, so let's hear me out here. Let's say there's a president up next one. Well, we know that the tax cuts are going to stay in place, and there's no relief there in terms of the debt. Okay, we know that he wants to put someone in who's going to, quote unquote, cut rates, right? The question is debt, right? We're still, I mean, I don't see how this ends. I just don't. But anyways, this goes back to 1980s. Where here we are in terms of neutral. Right? Anyways, I don't know. CPI 3.5%. That to me makes perfect sense. Core CPI. I mean, I think that's reasonable, right? Apple quantifying the next upgrade cycle in telephones using Apple Intelligence. The CPI 4.25, year-over-year 3.6. That's what they said. Okay, we'll see. I don't know. But I'll be honest with you, okay? And maybe I'm foolish, and maybe I'm naive, okay? But somewhere along the line, okay, politics has to leave decision-making process. Maybe I'm foolish and naive, okay? This gets back to do your job, right? Once again, maybe I'm foolish and naive, okay? But once upon a time, in my era, right, Okay. Politics wasn't weaponized. Okay. Basically, you did what was best for we the people. Somewhere along the line, this whole snarkiness and stuff like that, somewhere along the line, we the people. I don't know. Or maybe I'm delusional. I guess. Maybe. Hope. I have to be hopeful, right? Hopeful, right? Meta Walls, SMO shop. Watch out for SMO. The studio's saying it's going to break. This is a beautiful triangle formation, measurable. If it does happen, I agree, a big move will be coming. So put that on your little blotter list. I agree with that narrative, that construct. Very pretty looking little chart. Same thing, but hey, has to pop that top. Please and thank you. I'm waiting on Banyan for the update. See what he does. I don't know if he's going to do anything, but we'll see. J&J, Tesla, Apple. Well, Jesus Christ. Seriously, guys. If you're not in Apple, you need to do something else. That's what I'm saying. Seriously. I mean, seriously. From a technical point of view, basically the low double bottom in April was, that was it. I mean, come on. This is that is. Oh, baby. Papa. Okay, so you have to, while we're just kind of mucking around here, the reality is China's just hoarding all this shit. So basically, copper has a 5 to 6 month lead to CPI. It's look, but I'm a believer that yes, that commodity super cycle, still got plenty of legs on it. Okay. We'll see. Orange juice and cocoa. NVIDIA. Yeah, well, whatever. Tommy boy. This is the problem in terms of the this fixedness, right? Auto insurance. This is what it makes up. Okay. Contribution. This is the problem, right? 2.24. So almost half of this. And I don't know about you, but my insurance hasn't gone down. You have homeowners insurance, all these insurance companies, right? And then you've got kind of, just saying. European Union, 38% EV. Ouch! BYD, SASE. Ouch! China doesn't like that. This is pretty cool, actually. I love this bar chart. I use it a lot. Historical volatility, implied volatility now. Pretty good. Okay, outside them, well, I don't even know if you want to call it Max 7. I think it's more AI slash, I don't know. You know what? They keep fighting this tooth and nail. I mean, yeah. Anyways, this is how you underperform, right? This is the equal way, and this is, I don't know. All right. Once again, it buyback. If this is right, I'm only 30% done with these buybacks. How can the market actually really go down until the buyback stop for any long period of time? CapEx to slow sharply this year. Look, I'm a firm believer in CapEx. I mean, I think CapEx gives you future earnings, right? When done properly, right? We'll see. Sharp surge in buyback, which has supported the recent market. Twins has been talking about this, right? In terms of that, right? So, yeah, it is. I don't know, but anyways, JP Morgan. Roger had posted this as well. In theory, I don't know. I saw an interesting statistic. Oh, this is kind of interesting. Moat, types of moats. Wide moat, Coca-Cola, Oracle, CME Group, UPS, narrow moats, right? FedEx, and no moat. Airlines, Macy's, EDM. Isn't that cool? Anyways, but Oracle, wide moat. Okay, cool. Cool beans. Did you know debit cards, right? Credit cards, cash? Who uses cash? I haven't used cash. I mean, why the hell do we still have, pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters? Well, you need a quarter for all these, right, to get their code. Okay. But I mean, pennies and nickels and dimes. So my oldest son is a hoarder of coins. Okay. Quarters. He's probably got like $1,000 worth of, shouldn't say that, but of quarters up in his treasure chest. He's got like 10 treasure chests. See. Once upon a time, you did not realize this, but silver, right? Silver was made in nickels and quarters and stuff like that, and copper in pennies. So the older, and I actually have some of these older coins, there's actually copper in it, so they're worth more than a penny. And silver, so they're worth more than a nickel. See. Okay, EU, Germany, France, this is what it looks like. And that's the part. It's sad. Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, Corning, Josh Brown, Lightship Apple. PIMCO, we know about that. That's not new news. Short view. Okay. Did you know? It has been 322 trading days since a 2% down day. This goes back to 2017, 2014. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Okay, since 2008, CPI and FOMC on the same day has happened 13 times. Wow. SPX has an average gain of 0.7, just so you know. Just saying. I love my stats. 6 regional banks have been identified by Moody's for potential credit rating downgrades. FNB, Fulton, Old National, KBW, First Mercantile, Peacock. All right. All right. Yeah. We know that. Tell you about that. You don't have anything new for me today? No, nothing new. Summertime. All right, we know about that. Neo, Tesla, video. There you go. See, when you actually look at price as opposed to doing your research and look at the actual deep dive in terms of understanding what's going on in terms of, anyways. So Taiwan semi. So basically, Twins was asking about who's in semi. It's ASML. There's nothing even close. Okay, it's ASML in terms of providing for Taiwan semi. Not, I mean, Teradyne less than 1%. Ain't gonna be 6% is Tokyo Electric. This Tokyo Electron is really interesting because it's in a lot of different buckets in terms of you know, but you know, we'll say it's an ADRs. But in terms of this database and data stuff, Lamb, Clack, ASML, 41%. Okay. Let's see what they have in terms of knowledge. 15 timeless investing principles. Take a peek. What do we got? GameStop is holding its annual meeting. Does Ryan Cohen have a surprise? But Citron said he's not shorting anymore. He went long. She's blurring boundaries with women. Celsius holding seasonal assessments cut after Pepsi reduces. We'll see what happens. Oracle surges on hype on strong bookings, guidance sees positive Apple intelligence, NASDAQ gas demand is set to soar. Now you're talking about it? Okay. World's most valuable brand, plant-based food, is found to only be healthy if it is not ultra-processed. That's kind of interesting construct, right there. Okay, cool. What do we got inside of mine? Selling. OMD. Salesforce. Update this. Here we go. USNA. Warby Parker. LIFX. MNST. And then insider buying. Okay. Upgrades. Darling. Sienna. BYO. And then we got a 1% stud from ITAU, Banco de Santander. ASO, well, we saw the quick buying yesterday. T, 16% lower. Paramount. Southgate shout out saying it's going lower. Short, I agree. True Storage. Oh, I can find that's kind of interesting. Oh, this is valuation, right? Need buy the neutral valuation. So a lot of these things are just valuations. Valvoline, wow, I haven't seen that name in a long time. Right? Overweight. Zura, 71% Cantor Fitzgerald. I haven't seen that. Zura Bio. Right? Oh, Realty Income. KeyBank came out, 17% sorry. No can't do five soon. Haven't seen that in a while. Right? Well, let's see. What do we got? Intuitive. Interesting. We have it. Tesla. MSCI. You see the negativity. Once again, friends, all I can say is I will not be here, but please focus on the dot plot because it's quarterly. So pay attention. See what they have to say. Oh, what's this? Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. Not that it really matters. Neutral. It's good 9%. Historical average is 37.5, so that hasn't changed much there. Right? Sentiment. Now this is what's really interesting about this is it can ride along this for quite some time. Right? What happens? 3 minutes. This is there for your greed index, right? Neutral. Breath. Neutral. A little bit. That's okay. Rosiness, right? And you have, well, what's an X? Okay, Microsoft and Apple, right? Summation is a little rosy. This is the conundrum, is the oscillator, the summation. Have been diverging for a long time. Not much here. As you can see, the added gas is extended. Should you get a pullback as go, okay, 30 year. And you can see here overseas a lot of these things, IWM, basically extended on the downside, FYI, as you can see here, overseas. And then we have 10 days, like Mexico, lumber corn, yada, yada, yada. And then you have here, Dow Jones, NASDAQ, Russell. So statistically, the Russell looks the worst, right? And then you go from there. All right, you know what we got to do? We got to talk about Apple of my eye, right? Oh, before we do that, let's take a look at the flow. See what flow has to say, right? From yesterday. Apple, 100. So a lot of active. NVIDIA, this is what we want to see, these increase, right? And then NVIDIA on this side. Right? Oops, no surprises there. Right? Bonds, not much, but Canada's up, UK's up, everybody else is down, Australia. Right? 1 minute until we get to the CPI data. Let's go back here. See what it says. And the answer is, see if we get a rally in it. Here we go. 3.4, 3.5. Right, so there you go. Bonds are ripping on that news. Market is ripping on that news, and off you go. That's how you get basically a rally. Get those rally caps on, friends. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, whatever. Twin, sometimes, I don't know. Whatever. Good numbers. That's all I have to say. Rally caps on. Do it. Let's do it. Gold is ripping. But I'm gonna have to take care of some stuff here. We go on the commodity side. So what we just discussed, the meaningful lows and highs going on in terms of gold, right? And silver, commodities. Well, this is just basically a freaking ass green light to for these to go higher, right? Right? Anyways, rally caps. So bonds, yields. You 10 years just absolutely screaming right now. Coins. All those interest rate products and stuff like that working really well for me. My little DB trades and stuff. Nice. Okay, here we go. All right, so Fed funds, ECB still pulling. There's the 510. Doesn't really matter. Cryptos, ripping. Well, I wouldn't say ripping. It's not. That's an understatement, right? Gold ripping, silver ripping. Right? Oh my goodness gracious. Yes. This USD is really having a good time of it. In that one, let's see, NVIDIA, Tex, all these names, Veritas, they're all kind of having a good day so far. We'll see what happens. Natty gas is down, crude is up. Let's move on. Green, green, green. Small caps, really green. Banks on fire, absolutely. This is what we'd expect. I got all these bank preferreds, everything's kind of overlapping right now. So semis, but my biggest trips right now, guys, are the gold and silver. We discussed this. This basically gives a green light for meaningful low. Overseas, Europe, everything's ripping. Right? Is what you would expect. A lot of these that were sold off are getting bought up now. Right? The Fed's not going to do. I mean, it becomes meaningless now. The Fed. I mean, I'll be honest with you. With these CPI numbers, that cut in September may be realistic, right? But we'll see. FTSE doing its thing. Yeah. Fez, see if we can break out, still range bound. Small caps, now this is going to be interesting to see if we finally get the breakout in the small caps, right, guys? What happened? FXI, who cares? XN, who cares? Oh, what is this? Let's talk QQQ, breaking out. All right, so next fib is right up here, guys. It's also the top of the month, 485. So Tommy Boy's construct of 5,500 later in the month. Looking good. Feeling good. Anybody? We'll see. Well, Meta. Watch Meta. It's to do it. Netflix. Why? Okay. I don't see how they don't take out the highs. All right. So apple of my eye. Let's talk. All right. So, you know, I do boxes, quadrants, and stuff like that, right? So this is a baby quadrant right here. So measured move, right? So right into that. And if but that breaks, then the next box. But this is just beautiful. This is just beautiful. We haven't had the Bollinger turn up like this since 2023. Isn't that amazing? I know. Crazy, right? Apple Meta. Anyways, here's Apple against Meta. Still hasn't broken out. Google against Apple. Well, you can see that. So Apple's gaining against Google. Microsoft, Apple. Apple's gaining against Microsoft. I think it actually holds. I think Microsoft is the next one. So I'm just saying, I think that's the next one. I don't want to think of it now. Just saying. Watch MXTR, guys. It's having a good day right now. Okay. Not that. Apple QQQ. Look at you. Look at you. Not bad. Not bad at all. So this double bottom in April, that was the trade. Apple SPY. You don't see as much with the SPY, but also you see the double bottom, right? But it hasn't broken out against SPY. But reversion to the mean, right? So XLK Apple. Well, Apple's in Microsoft, right? So this will make sense to everybody, right? Apple XOT, nice. So mid, let's see what happens here. XOY. Now this is, I don't know exactly. This is going to be interesting. Keep an eye on this one, obviously. So this is Tesla and Amazon, right? FANG. So of FANG, Apple's, well, you know the joke, right? I actually have QQQs and SPY on, so on the open. I'm going for today, so I'm going to be selling those in the open. Probably be selling end phase as well in the open. I don't know about that. GLD, I don't know. We'll see what I'm going to do on a lot of stuff. Oracle calls I have. I'm just telling you I have SPY calls for today And I have QQQ calls that are in the money, but I didn't take care of that. So what happens, a lot of things should be up nicely. I'll probably put trailing stops, UPST, I'm in those. See how that goes, affirm, that sort of stuff, right? We'll see. It'll be fun. Fun. Bang, Amazon, neutral. Microsoft, Amazon, neutral. QQQ, Amazon. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, which ones, where the money's gonna go. So Apple, obviously, Amazon's not ready yet. So Apple and Amazon, just not ready yet. Okay, here's SPY Amazon. NASDAQ, you know the drill. Russell against the NASDAQ. I mean, is there literally any, I'm just saying. But it's ripping, so we'll see how it plays out. We shall see. Love it. VOT, have a nice day. Oracle, Qualcomm, all the semis. UPST. Lovely. Just lovely. NASDAQ, S&P. Let's take a look at this. See if it breaks out. You would expect it to break out, right? The Dow against the NASDAQ. It's a no-brainer, right?
All right, Beth, ready to pop on here. Alrighty, guys, what's going on? So let's pop up the screen share, get right into it. So if you guys are new to chat, have you done so? Make sure to check out the new to chat information section. Oh, let me just pop this up. There it is. All right, so morning, guys. So if you guys are new to chat, make sure to check out that new to chat information section. If you guys are coming in, click on that Discord link that's emailed to you. Pop in the chat, looks something a little bit like this. First area to go to when you do come in, click on that disclaimer section. Give that a read, as well as go to the new to chat information section, scroll to the very top of the section, see a link to the disclaimer, as well as this boulder risk reward section. Super important to understand both in regards to risk reward, guys. Most important ratio trading, so nothing worth checking out that in that regard. Continue to scroll down. We have the summary of how this chat works, breaks all the channels work on the left-hand side, so you can probably navigate the chat through the day. That is important so you know where to be looking. Continue to scroll down. We have the how to read alerts in the options and activity side, breaking down how to read alerts on both sides. Pretty straightforward in that regard. Below that, options rule, we like to use Monday to Thursday, regards to controlling risk, scaling in, scaling out, trading different price contracts, etc. SPX rules right below that. Continue to scroll down. We have any small account less than 10K, breaking down. Do a smaller account less than 10K. Some rules, information, discipline you can put in place. You can better manage your account. How to pick ideas from an options or equity perspective below that. And let's take a look at the pre-market tickers on watch, guys. See what we got going on there. So, a couple different things. Obviously, some huge gap up on CPI looks fantastic there. Let's take a look at what we got going on today. So Tesla, SMCI, Oracle, APH, RNA, and GME. Oh, looks like an APH. Let's see. I don't know why this didn't save. Here it is. There it is. All right, so Tesla gap deficit to the market, CPI SMCI, same thing. Oracle gapping up on earnings. APH 2-for-1 stock split. RNA Biocensus announces data from phase 1.5 forward to 2 trial demonstrating greater than 50% reduction in DUX for regulated genes and transfunctional improvements in FSHD. GME $75 million 75 million share ETF closed. Let's take a look at these names from a technical standpoint intraday. So first and foremost, guys, absolutely rip on the SPY there. Looks fantastic. We're to that 40 level. We'll see how well it holds up. Off the gate this morning. Just gonna load this platform back up here. Let's rip through this one. All right, so first two we're gonna be looking at, guys, Tesla, SMCI. Let's rip through these charts. All right, Tesla 172.67 pivot to the upside today. Level holds 174.74 to 177.77. I need to hold 179, 170.46 to 160. 746 downside leading bullish. Each roll at the pivot point is able to hold. That is a Tesla. Let's take a look at this SMCI. Interesting chart, SMCI. Okay, let's take a look at this thing here. Sorry, 769.19 pivot level holds 802.08, 833.36, unable to hold 738.21, 699.57 downside leading bullish. You're looking for a continuation push higher. If that pivot point is able to hold on that, this is SMCI, and that is Tesla. Let's take a screenshot of both these. Let's move on to the next. Oracle and APH. So Oracle, nice little gap up there. Obviously, solid on earnings. Let's get a couple little levels here. Sort Pivot to the upside today, 132.73 level holds 135.74, 138.851, unable to hold 129.42 to 127.06 downside leading bullish. We're looking for a continuation push higher if the pivot point is able to hold there. That's Oracle. Let's take a look at APH. Pivot 67.35, level hold 69.26 to 70.86, unable to hold. We look for a pullback toward 65.30, 63.99 downside leading bullish. We're looking for a continuation push higher on that name as well. Oracle, APH. Oh, okay. Back to back. Pivot, 3608, level hold 3758, 3960, unable hold 3448, 3277 downside leading bullshit. We're looking for a continuation push higher. Jimmy? Dang. 3060 level hold 3236, 3420, unable hold 2804, 2628 downside leading bullshit on that for now. We'll get more levels as the day goes on if I need them. Obviously, I'll rip them out for you. All right, take a look at the spine fang. Our market looks fantastic. CPI, all good stuff there. Beautiful friggin' move here, guys. All right, that's good. I'm gonna get too far out. All right. Let's go pivot, fit 539.39 level holds. We got room towards the 542.20. Unable to hold 537.09, 533.82. I do have a root. The next resistance is like 544.60 on the upside on the SPY as well, which you can't see because it's too high, but you know, you get the drill. Market looks good, obviously. And that's the FOMC now. BPI. But all-time high range breakouts looking good. Apple. Apple. Let's take a gander at you. I gotta go to a daily chart on this because we're not gonna be able to see the levels. So much shit at all-time highs. Yeah, big daily. There we go. That's what I want. Pivot 206, level hold. So you got room towards 209.41, 211.80. Unable to hold 203.25, 200 and 64 downside leaning bullish. We're looking for a continuation push higher. The pivot point's able to hold. That is Apple. Let's take a look at Amazon. Apple, I think, goes through 210 mark today. We'll see. That's what I'd like to see. Or ladder grab a little bit more upside there. Amazon 187.98 pivot. Level holds 189.94, 191.81. Unable to hold. We look for a pullback on this name into 186.58 to 180. 338 downside leaning bullish neutral, looking for a continuation push higher. Netflix. Pivot 651, level hold 662.13, 677.67, unable to hold 639.57 to 628.48, downside leaning bullish, looking for a continuation push higher. Head and shoulders breakout lined up here for a continuation push. Strong chart. Stick with Meta. 509.44 pivot level holds 516.23. That level breaks 523.37. Unable to hold 502.66. 495.51 downside leading bullshit. We're looking for continuation push higher. Let's take a look at Google. Google 176.99 pivot level holds 178.8, 178.62, 180.17. Unable to hold 175.70, 173.81 downside leading bullshit. We're looking for a continuation push higher. All right. So that's SPY Bengals, the individual names that we're looking at today. Going to pass it over to South Beach, guys. While I take up the pre-market action plan, then we'll go from there. South Beach, you ready? She's all yours.
Okay, good morning, guys. All right, so we had some numbers come out. Let's look at the technicals before the numbers, and then we'll go into the numbers and stuff. Like I've been saying now, like a broken record since, I don't know, shit, October-ish. Technicals on the SPY and the is fantastic. I mean, breaking out new highs every day, more or less. Never really gave you the opportunity to get negative. That whole ride, the weekly held the EMA support, and you had it break once, I think, on maybe once or twice on the daily. But as long as you favor the weekly, you shouldn't have had any problem staying long, and it still looks great on the SPYs and the Qs. All right, transports, not so much. Okay, this has been a dog. It continues to look terrible. Maybe that'll change now. I don't know, with lower rates or whatever. But I have a sell signal on the weekly and I wouldn't touch it. That's it in a nutshell. And the utilities, better than the transports, not a sell signal, decent EMA support. I think I'm kind of like positive, neutral to slightly positive in that one. The other one, transport's negative, Qs and SPYs positive. You know, it's a big cap index, and the big caps have been really leading the market by a lot. Okay, so there's your technicals. Okay, then we had the CPI number come out. We had actually two numbers, interestingly enough. We had the CPI number, not overly fantastic, but it wasn't worse, and that's really the important thing. So month over month came in 0 versus 0.1. Year over year 3.3 versus 3.4, so slightly better there. The core 0.2 versus 0.3, and year over year 3.4 versus 3.5. Okay, and then you had that mortgage application number. I don't know if you guys saw that. Clearly, these guys don't. It seems almost like an Empire State number because it was so out of whack. They were looking for a negative 5.2%. It came in plus 15.6%. So not sure how to read that, whether it's really hard to guess that particular number, or these guys just missed the ball. But at the end of the day, the applications was pretty strong. Okay, so let's see how that all that jazz affected the bond market. Okay, and the 10-year is down 0.10, and I think they're pricing in a November cut at the moment. I read that somewhere. Where did I put the pricing in a 1/4 point rate cut in November? Okay, so we have the meeting today. Maybe his verbiage will be a little more positive for the market. We'll see what he has to say. Okay, but that's really the story. The 10 years down 0.10, 7-year 0.12, 5-year 0.14. And this time around, interestingly enough, the short end of the curve is moving more than you would, had in the past, which is indicating that November cut that I'm talking about. I really don't think the 10-year is going to come in much because of the debt, but we'll see how it goes, The spread, the 10 2-year spread is currently 40. So basically where it was. No change there. Okay. You look at rates in London, they're down commensurate with ours, about 0.10, pretty much across the curve, starting with the 1 year actually there. okay, and moving all the way to their 30-year. Germany rates are a little lower, about half of what they were here, as is the rest of the Eurozone, except France down a little bit less. You know what's going on there. Okay, you got commodities, oil's up $1, I guess greater growth, etc. Middle East, who knows? But it's still in that 70-80 trading range. Natural gas is down a little, but that thing's made a nice move up and it looks really strong to me. Gold, I like gold. It's been kind of trading in a range here, but I still like it regardless. Copper I like as well. There's just a lack of supply. If the economies pull up, who knows? But basically it retraced about 50% of the move that it made from the lows. Okay, then you go to these agricultural commodities, and the only one that kind of is even remotely interesting is cocoa, which is trading up a bit. And the rest of them, they're doing what they're doing. Currency-wise, dollars mixed against North America, down a little bit against the yen, down against the Chinese currency. Euro's back to 108, which is a little bit higher, and the pound is 128, which is a little bit higher. And crypto, we got a big move in that. Got Bitcoin up 3%. We got Ethereum up 4%. We got Solana up 7%. Okay, probably on a weaker dollar. And the bonds we discussed, let's look at the foreign markets, see what we got there. We got the FTSE up almost 1%. The DAX is up 1%. We got China basically flat, Hong Kong down 1%, Nikkei down 0.5%, and Taiwan up 1%. There's your backdrop. Okay, so you have banks and Fed. You have a Fed meeting today at 2 o'clock. Remember, the first move is always the wrong move. So wait. Don't start pushing the buttons like every asshole, and because they'll take you out and then they'll mess you up. Just wait for the trend. All right, so banks and Fed today, we'll see, and we're still in a quiet period, and we'll see how that goes. China, Russia, we'll talk about in a moment. Crypto we just got. Yesterday, you know, it was kind of like a individual, you know, find stuff, you know, individual names that were kind of hot. That was the kind of day it was yesterday, and both groups were good. Let's see. Dow was down 100, SPYs were up 12, NASDAQ had a decent day. FANG stocks were good, led by Apple. That was one of the better days I've ever seen them have, quite frankly. I think a lot of people were short coming in. Home builders were weak, materials, China, and banks. Okay, and that was yesterday. What's working? Semis are working, big tech is working, and then you got a bunch of individual names that are doing okay. Okay. Tomorrow we have what? PPI. So that'll be the end of some numbers for a bit, and interest rates should kind of hang at whatever level that is. Both Biden and Trump want to extend tax cuts, according to the Journal. But the trick is how they're going to pay for it, and we'll see how that works out. Brown Brothers sees their first rate cut in December. Now, this was prior to the number, so maybe they'll change. That would be after the election, and the November one probably coincides with the election, right? I'm not sure the day exactly. Hunter Biden, another crook. Let's see, 3 counts of lying on his gun thing. I just filled out one of those not too long ago, and I guess if you don't tell the truth, you don't tell the truth, and he's in trouble for that. He faces up to 25 years in jail. I'll take the under 1 minute in jail. Anybody wants to bet on that one, let me know. PIMCO warns more regional bank failures as this property pain extends. And you remember that short sale yesterday at Related? They bought a building for 150 million. They did a short sale. They sold it at 50 million. Short sale means it's less than the value of the mortgage. PIMCO's implying that you're going to get more of this. This guy, Shvo, SHVO, he's a huge developer in LA and Miami and a few other places. The guy is just a monster. And he was on CNBC yesterday talking about how the Class A buildings are really in a really good spot, according to him. But the others, that's where the problems are. So this is what PIMCO's alluding to, and you know what Schro's saying. Michael Dell wants to sell almost 3 billion in shares this year. What else? We have the Musk vote. I think you get the results tomorrow. I know they start counting tomorrow. I don't know if if they give the number tomorrow, whether that he gets the 56 billion or not. We'll see. I mean, the truth of the matter is I couldn't give a shit less. I don't know why everybody's worried about his pay package, unless he leaves, of course. And we'll see what happens with that anyway. They have this hedge fund, activist hedge fund named Anson. They were actually paying analysts to write bearish reports, research reports on stocks that they were short. Paid 2.5 million, so somebody's going to be getting in some serious trouble for that one. Points guy, I thought this was interesting. The 3 best and the 3 worst airlines in the US in order. The best are Delta in order, Alaska and U-All. Worst in order is Frontier, Save, and Allegiant. Kramer, positive on Apple, of course. He gave in his lightning round. He was positive on Apple, Micron, COP, Chevron, BlackRock, Chipotle, Gold, PAAS, and that's basically it. So pretty much everything. He wasn't negative on a single stock. Brad Gerstner, he says smart money's buying software stocks here, and he was bullish on that. He's also bullish on Uber and Amazon and Google. Wolf Research favored consumer stocks, Amazon, Costco, Dash, DEC, Williams Sonoma, DraftKings, CELH, Wing, Kava, and Fresh Pet. Stocks trading at half their multiple that are up. This is from Benchmark. Half the market multiple, Arch Capital Group, Hig, Fox A, and letter A. NVIDIA, creating massive wealth for their employees. So a lot of these guys are worth ridiculous amounts of money now, and good for them. GM trimmed its EV forecast, lower than expected demand. This Paramount deal, no bueno. I warned you guys. I said it's a $9 stock. The research this morning, a bunch of guys downgraded it with 9 targets. And look, this is my wheelhouse, guys. You know, I did risk arbitrage for 40 years. If I know anything about the market, that's it. Okay. And as far as that GME, I told you yesterday that I thought they were done. In the paper today, it came out that they're done. They sold the 75 million. I bought stock on the opening yesterday. And the other catch is that Ryan Cohn reduced his stake from like 10 point something to 8 point something. So that's the story with that. So they raised, I think, $2 billion. Apple shares close at record high. Like I said, I think a lot of guys came in short because the stock went out really crummy on Tuesday night, and they never had a chance to cover. And I don't remember the last time the stock was up that much, quite frankly. Nelson Peltz has a new target. It's a British company called Rent-A-Kill, and we would know it by Terminex, which is the Rent-A-Kill is the parent for Terminex, and they basically do pest control all over the place. You know, it's a global company. Musk dropped his lawsuit against OpenAI and Sam Altman. Why? Because it probably had no merit and he had no chance of winning, so he had to drop it. That's my best guess on that one. Okay, mortgage applications, CPI we did. Oracle numbers weren't good, but they have an alliance with Google Cloud and OpenAI and Microsoft Azure, and they love the stock this morning. I saw targets as high as 165, I think was the highest I saw. All right. BMR had positive news, providing Oracle with cloud-based solutions. RTO, Triumph Fund, that's the one I was talking about, Rent to Kill. MREO had positive data. The big winner in the biotech space is this RNA. They have a drug for MS, and they see an unprecedented reduction in problems that they were going after. So it's only phase 1, 2, but it's very positive. Okay. DNTH had positive FDA news. IOVA disclosed shareholder vote on 5 proposals. There was one thing that kind of turned me on. What was it? Fuck. I'll think of it in a second. What was that stock? I'll get back to you. I can't remember. What else was positive? RNA, ARAY had positive data, MAMO, SUZ, DNLA. Most of this is FDA stuff. All right, SAVE is they're negotiating with bondholders. FedEx, they're going to lay off 1,700 to 2,000 people in Europe. Goldman upgraded this national grid, which has been getting shit canned. GME, they, like I said, they raised the money. There was, oh, I know what it is. Okay, shit. Zillow had really interesting insider buying today. Okay, I kind of like that one. That's an idea. They're making friends with not the Musk edition. Yep, they are, buddy. Let's see. Cable VYO got upgraded. Sienna got upgraded. DAR got upgraded. MKC got upgraded. MU. Morgan Stanley saying we're entering an unprecedented time for DRAMs. Or with AI, they need expanded memory, and they think they're in the sweet spot. So they're positive on that one. Citron no longer negative on GME, big freaking deal. And that Ryan Cohen went from 10.5 to 8.6% stake in the GME. Okay, Mama and VRA had kind of crummy earnings. Some of these EU stocks are down, EV stocks, the Chinese ones are down a little bit. China's saying, listen to this, these fucking assholes. They're saying what the Europeans are doing violates economic principles. So they subsidize these companies, and then they say that doesn't count. All right. Let's see. There were a bunch of offerings: AT&T, PROK, NVGS, a bunch of downgrades. Birkenstock was one, Para another, ASO a third, and that's the gist of it, guys. We'll see if the futures can hold, and we'll see what Powell has to say, and then we'll move from there. Spartan, it's all yours.
Alrighty, thank you, South Beach. Morning, guys. What's up? What's going on? So, if you guys are new to chat, haven't done so, make sure to click on that Discord link that's emailed so you can pop in chat. That's just going to look something a little bit like this. First area to go to when you guys do come in, disclaimer section, click on that, give it a read, as well as go to the new to chat information section, scrolls at the very, very top. Top of the section, got a link to the disclaimer, as well as this bolded risk reward section. Super important to understand both in regards to risk reward, guys. Most important ratio on trading, so nothing worth checking out there in that regard. Continue to scroll down. We have the summary of how this chat works, breaks on the channels work on the left hand side, so you can probably navigate the chat with the date. Reports you've already been looking. Continue to scroll down. We have the how to read alerts on the opposite and equity side, breaking down how to read alerts on both sides. Pretty straightforward in that regard. Below that, Spartan option tools that we like to use Monday to Thursday in regards to controlling risk, scaling in, scaling out, trading different price contracts, etc., etc. SPX rules right below that. Continue to scroll down. We have any of the small account, less than 10K, break it down. If you do a smaller account, less than 10K, some rules, information, discipline you can put in place, you can better manage your account. How to pick ideas from an options directly perspective of that. Last but not least, high conviction trades posted on that when they do make sense. Pre-market tickers on watch. Everything's posted. If you guys are watching the YouTube stream, you can simply just pause it, read the pre-market notes here. There you go. There's the action plan. All the charts are posted. All right, so what are we looking at? Tesla, SMCI, MSTR, PNW, Spot, BW. Oh, let's go. My mistake, guys. I just rolled up too high. There you go. Now you can pause it and read it. There you go. There it is. There that is. All the charts are posted. Tesla, SMCI, Oracle, APH, RNA, and GME. So Tesla, SMCI gapping up in the market, CPI, APH 2-for-1 stock split, RNA. Avidity Bioscience, RNA announces data from phase 1.5 fortitude study, gapping up on that. And GME, 75 million share ATM closed. Yap it up on that. All right, let's take a look at these names from a technical standpoint today. First two we're looking at today, guys, going to be that Tesla and SMCI. All right, Tesla guys, pivot to the upside today. 172.67 level holds 174.74, 177.77. Unable to hold 170.46, 167.46 downside leading bullish neutral there. SMCI pivot to the upside today. We got room, 769.19, room towards 802.08, 833.36. Unable to hold 738.21, 699.57 leading bullish neutral there. Let's take a look at Oracle. Let's take a look at APH. Oracle 132.73 level holds 135.74, 138.51, unable to hold 129.42, 127.06, leading bullish neutral on that. APH 67.35 level holds 69.26 to 70.81, unable to hold 65.30, 63.99 downside, leading bullish neutral there as well. RNA and GME. RNA 36.08 level holds 32.78, 39.60, unable to hold 34.48, 32.77, leading bullish neutral. GME pivot upside today is going to be 30.60 level holds 32.36, 34.20, unable to hold 28.04, 26.20 downside, leading bullish neutral. Let's take a look at SPY and FANG market. Let's go to a daily. All right, I'll just type this out. So SPY 539.39 pivot to the upside today. In my opinion, this level holds. Room higher into the 542.20 resistance breaks. You see the 544. Pivot, unable to hold. Room lower into the 537.09. Support breaks. 533.82 tested, leading bullish. That. All right. Let's take a look at the rest of the thing here. All right, Apple, our golden child from yesterday, which we have our ladder that ripped for us. It's pretty sweet, couple thousand percenters, eh? All right, anyways, 206.03 pivot level holds 209.41, 211.38, unable to hold 203.25, 240, leading bullish of the gates, a little extended, so keep that in mind. Amazon pivots to the upside today, 187.98 level holds 189.94, 191.81, unable to hold 185.68, 183.38 downside, leading bullish neutral. Netflix pivot to the upside today, 651.04 level hold 662.13, 677.67, unable to hold 69.57.62 or 628.48 downside, leading bullish neutral. Meta pivot upside today, 509.44 level holds 516.23, 523, 37, unable to hold 502.66, 495.51, leaning bullish. Google pivot 176.99 level holds 178.62, 180.17, unable to hold 175.70, 173.81. Leading bullish neutral there. VIX pivot 13.01, unable to hold 12.43, 12.04, 11.52, able to hold 13.80 to 14.49. We'll be watching that today, of course, with FOMC. QQQs 469.44 level holds 473.52, 476.89, unable to hold 465.65, 460.88, and last but not least, SPX. Pivot 53.97 level holds 54.32, 54.58, unable to hold 53.74, 53.36, and leaning bullish. So that's SPY to FANG. Those are the individual names that we're watching today. If you guys popped into the YouTube stream, thanks for coming in. We do that every single Wednesday. If you guys want to pop into chat today, definitely think it's going to be a busy one. FOMC coming up, and that's it. Thanks for popping in. See you guys next Wednesday. All right. If you guys got questions on individual names, let me know. Let's go through them, my friends. A lot of shit that I stuff. Come on. What do you guys want me to look at? I'll chart it out. Aperture. AFRM. 3479, 3557. 3680. 3799. 3244. Microsoft. Make sure to write these levels down in the support resistance area. Microsoft.